back to Techno Pow, and today I will be doing a review. Not a review. I'll be doing some Lord of the Rings stories, like many people do on the internet. So I figured it was my turn. Now, I was originally going to do Saruman the White for first episode, but I've decided that I'm going to do Gandalf the Grey. Now, I wrote this down on here. So I'll just be reading off here because I can't really summarize their lives in my head. So I'll just be reading off here that I wrote on my own. Yeah. So hope you enjoy. Now here we go. Gandalf was originally a Mire of Manwë and Varda. He was accounted the wisest and greatest of the Mire. Gandalf was also a Mire of Aramo and Nienna. After Sauron was thought to be destroyed by the last alliance of men and elves, it would later turn out that he wasn't effectively vanquished, and his shadow began to fall upon Middle-earth a second time. Manwë called a council with the Valar and decided to send 5 emissaries to Middle-earth. Olorun, Gandalf's original name, was chosen by Manwë as the third in command, but Varda convinced Manwë not to send him as the second, not the third. The other 4 that were chosen were Curumo, Saruman, Iwindil, Radagast, Marinatar, I think Marinatar's Alatar, and Romastamo, Palando. In Third Age 1000, the 5 wizards landed in Middle-earth and set out on their missions to help the free peoples of Middle-earth. Upon arriving in Middle-earth, Gandalf quickly befriended the elves. He learned and taught much with them. One of the elves, Círdan the Shipwright, gave Gandalf Narya, the Ring of Fire, and Círdan had a great respect for the wizard. Gandalf spent most of his time in Middle-earth with the elves, where he learned and taught. Gandalf also journeys through the lands of Middle-earth and learned many languages and spells. When the White Council was formed in Third Age 2463, Saruman became its leader, but Galadriel argued for Gandalf to be the head of the council. But Gandalf declined because he wasn't intended for greater power and positions. After the White Council was formed, Gandalf befriended many of the hobbits. Before the quest to Erebor, Gandalf recruited fellow hobbit Bilbo Baggins. Gandalf, along with Bilbo, Thorin Oakenshield, Dwalin, Balin, Kili, Fili, Dori, Nori, Ori, Oin, Gloin, Bifur, Bofur, and Bombur, all set out on their quest to Erebor. Gandalf saved them twice from 3 trolls and a pack of orcs. Before this, in Third Age 2850, Gandalf investigated Dol Guldur and found out that Sauron was hiding under the guise of the Necromancer. Now back to it. In Third Age 2941, Gandalf and the White Council invaded Dol Guldur and removed the Necromancer. Gandalf also participated in the Battle of the 5 Armies. For the next 60 years, from Third Age 2941 to Third Age 3001, Gandalf travelled Middle-earth for information on Sauron's One Ring, but Gandalf was also good friends with Bilbo Baggins and his heir Frodo Baggins. After Bilbo's 111st or 111th birthday, Bilbo disappeared during his birthday speech. Gandalf goes back to Bag End to question Bilbo about the ring. Bilbo leaves Bag End and the ring behind and journeys to Rivendell. Gandalf entrusted the ring to Frodo and spent the next 17 years doing research to find out Bilbo's magic ring could possibly be the One Ring. He finally reads the title. The year Second Age 3434 follows the trail of Isildur and the One Ring. Gandalf went back to the Shire and told Frodo the ring's history and how Sauron is seeking to regain its power. Gandalf said to Samwise Gamgee to not lose Frodo. Gandalf rode around the Shire and encountered the Brown Wizard of the Ishtari, Radagast the Brown. Radagast told Gandalf that the 9 Nazgûl, Sauron's most deadliest servants, were after the ring, and told him to seek help from Saruman the White. Gandalf did as he was told, but by sending Gandalf to Orthanc, Radagast inevitably had him captured. Gandalf escaped Isengard on Gwaihir the Windlord. He arrives at Rohan, where he gains the horse Shadowfax. He rides Shadowfax to Rivendell, where a secret council meeting is held with Lord Elrond. Elrond organises the Fellowship with Frodo Baggins, Gandalf the Grey, Peregrine Pippin Took, Meriadoc Merry Brandybuck, Samwise Gamgee, Legolas of the Woodland Realm, Aragorn son of Arathorn, Gimli son of Gloin, and Boromir of Gondor. Gandalf takes up responsibility as the leader of the Fellowship, and together they go to the Mines of Moria. During this, Gandalf killed the Balrog, the first person to do so after a few ages, but unfortunately, after the famous line, "You shall not pass!" Gandalf was lost in the Mines of Moria. Gandalf continued to fight the Balrog for 10 non-stop days. Gandalf woke up 20 days later and remained in a trance for another 3 days. Olrun's spirit was sent back to Manwë, but Manwë and the other Valar sent Gandalf back. He was redressed in Lothlorien. He then returned to Middle-earth, not as Gandalf the Grey, but as Gandalf the White. Gandalf found the 3 hunters in Fangorn Forest at, quote, the turn of the tide, end quote. Gandalf frees Theoden of Saruman's spell. Theoden and Rohan flee to Helm's Deep. Theoden and the rest of Rohan flee to Helm's Deep. Gandalf then went back to Isengard and displayed his power to Saruman, and because he was now Gandalf the White, the most powerful wizard in Middle-earth, he had the power to strip Saruman of all wizardry except his magical voice. All this happened after the battle to Helm's Deep, in which Gandalf fought in the last battle to Helm's Deep, as he showed up at the last second, as he always does to save the day. After this, he went with Pippin to Minas Tirith. During the siege of Minas Tirith, he could have had a legendary duel with the Witch King of Angmar, but he was saved by the riders of Rohan. After this, Gwaihir, Gandalf, and a few other eagles saved Frodo and Sam from Mount Doom. After this, Gandalf had the pleasure and honour of crowning Aragorn as King Elessar, or Aragorn II. For a few years, Gandalf lived with the moss gatherer, Tom Bombadil. And in Third Age, 3021, Gandalf sailed into the west with Frodo, Bilbo, Galadriel, Celeborn, Elrond, and most likely Shadowfax. The boat also brought the 3 elven rings to Valinor. Gandalf spent from Third Age 1000 to Third Age 3021 in Middle-earth, which means Gandalf spent more than 2,000 years in Middle-earth. Actually, I estimated on my calculator that he spent 2,021 years in Middle-earth. Thank you for watching, guys. Next episode will be Saruman the White, and then Radagast the Brown, and then the 2 blue wizards, and then maybe Aragorn, and then Sauron the Witch King. I don't know, loads more to come. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you later. And I've got some more reviews coming up. I've got some Lego Star Wars sets, and I've got some more Transformers to review. Thank you, guys. I'll see you next time. Next episode, Saruman the White.